What's going on, guys? I'm Doubtful back at it again with another YouTube video. I haven't made a full sit-down video for MW3 yet, so here I am. I'm going to show you guys the competitive classes that I've been running on our CMG runs. We got the highest rank that me and my team had so far, which we were top 5 worldwide for 3v3 and 4v4s. We've been slacking a little bit. We kind of got, got demoted a little bit, so we're not top 5 anymore, but that was the highest rank that we had so far. So I do know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments if you guys like these classes, if you want to check them out. But without further ado, I'm going to show you both the sub and the AR class that I use. So right here, this is the sub class, the Rival 9 class that I use in Respawn and also in S&D. So let's go ahead and look at it. So for the muzzle, we have the Purifier Muzzle Brake S. That gives you horizontal recoil and firing aim stability. It just slows down your bullet velocity and range. This is the one muzzle that everyone uses across all sub builds. Also as well with this barrel, Rival C Clear Shot barrel. This is also a barrel that everyone uses. Basically, a BZ was the first one to use this, started frying with it, and everyone just took after him. So this gives you aiming idle sway, better bullet velocity, more damage range, and more recoil control. The cons for it is it gives you hip fire, tac, stand, spread, which we don't really need that. We don't really need hip fire or tac, stand, spread. Aim walking speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, that is a little bit of a trade-off, but this clear shot barrel gives you a good enough chance to win those mid to longer range gunfights against those ARs, because right now the MCW really is OP. Next, we have the underbarrel. I see a lot of people use a lot of different underbarrels. The main one that most people use is this one, the DR6 hand stop. For the pros, you get a boost in aim walking speed, more aim down sight speed, more sprint to fire speed, more movement speed. The only cons that you get are hip fire and tac, stand, spread, and then aim walking steadiness. Also, I see some people use the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. It gives you really the only difference between this is the DR6 hand stop gives you more mobility, and then the X10 Phantom 5 just gives you just a little bit more recoil control with just a little bit slight minus in the mobility section. Also, what I've used as well is I will show you in a second. I've used the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip. I only recommend using this one if you feel like you're getting, like, I guess, straight up fried against, like, just people, or like the ARs are just like running you all day. This one will let you shoot just a little bit straighter, gives you more gun kick control and more vertical recoil control. It just slows down your sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed, so that's why not many people use this underbarrel. But if you want to slow down your game, and you feel like you're moving too fast as a sub and you want to laser just a little bit more, I recommend trying out the Pivot Vertical Grip. Now for the ammunition, I'm using high grain. So right now I run CMGs mostly, and in CMG I don't know why they haven't banned high grain, so in all of my classes I'm using high grain. Yes, I know it's GA'd, so whenever that restriction comes out onto CMG, I will switch it. Basically, this is a non-GA'd version of the class. Really, if you don't want to use the high grain and you need to, abide by the GAs, take off your ammunition and then put on the Rival Vice Assault Grip. This will give you more gun kick control, more firing aim stability, more recoil control, and obviously you won't be killing as fast with the high grain rounds, but it will also it's basically the class that all pros use, that go and abide by the GAs. But right now, like as I said, I'm sticking with high grain because it does help you with the TTK right now. Mostly in the MCW, but I've been trying out the high grain in the subs as well. But like I said, if you don't want to use the high grain, then go ahead over and put on the Rival Vice Assault Grip. Lastly, we have the MTZ Marauder stock. Basically, this is the one stock that all people use on all subs that gives you more gun kick control, aiming idle sway, firing aim stability. The only cons are aiming walking speed, movement speed, hip fire attack, stand, spread, and sprint to fire speed. Basically, this will help you with your aim down sight. Not aim down sight. What am I saying? Basically, this will help you with your recoil control on your gun kick control. So like basically those first couple of shots, it doesn't completely kick up to the sky. So that is a full in-depth review of the sub that I use for all of my matches. Let's go ahead and move over to the Renetti. The Renetti is the same for basically all classes. This one I actually do go, I abide by the GAs. I only use 2 attachments, and both of them are movement-wise. So I use the MLX short competition barrel. This just gives you sprint to fire speed, movement speed, aim down sight speed, hip fire and tack stance spread speed. Basically, this makes your gun faster. We want this gun to be, or you want this secondary to be the fastest that it could possibly be and have the most mobility. So that's why we have on this this barrel. And then we have the EXF Eclipser Grip. This will give you aim walking speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed. Like I said, again, this will give you more mobility, and that's what we're looking for our secondaries. So just these 2 attachments. This is within GAs, so we're not breaking GAs here for the secondary. So yeah, this is the class for the Renetti across all of my classes. Next, we are finally into the MCW. My MCW, again, with the GAs, we're just gonna get it, out the way off the bat. I have on high grain rounds. If we, like I said, again, if you want to abide by, the GAs and you need to, not use high grain rounds in your matches and in your games and stuff like that, go ahead and remove the high grain rounds. Go over to the rear grip, put on the RB Claw PSL grip. This one is better. It gives you more gun kick control, more recoil control. This will give you more of a laser for your gun in general. But like I said, as of right now, I'm using the high grain because on the MCW, it's really apparent that it kills in basically a full bullet faster if you have on high grain. So we're going to go over to the muzzle. The muzzle that I have is the T51R Billeted Brake. And the pros for that is vertical recoil control, firing aim stability, gun kick control, horizontal recoil control, and bullet velocity and range are the cons for that. Basically, I know other people use like flash hider and stuff like that. Since day one, since I think I got this from Celium's first class, since day one I have used this. I've used this muzzle, and I really don't see a reason to switch it. As of right now, I believe this is the best bang for your buck across like all muzzles, especially because it gives you a lot in the vertical recoil control, and that's what we need. It's basically like a straight shooter, and yeah. So we will go over to the barrel. This barrel is it's basically used across all AR builds. It is the 16.5 MCW Cyclone Long Barrel that gives you bullet velocity and range, aim and idle sway, and firing aim stability. The only cons are hip fire spread, tack stance spread, and aim walking speed. Really, the only problem with this is the aim walking speed, because sometimes you would want to strafe a little bit faster, but the pros really outweigh the cons on this barrel, so basically that's why everyone uses this barrel. Next, so we have the optic. I recently just switched to the slate reflector. People either use the slate reflector or they use, they use the MK3 reflector. I have used the MK3 reflector a lot since the game came out. A lot of people have been saying that, I guess for some reason, the slate reflector is better. I was an AR in Vanguard, and this is the Vanguard sight, so I switched to it. I just wanted to see, if it was better. My take on both of these sights is that this MK3 reflector is much more open. So if you want a more open sight to see a little bit more clearly, I would use the MK3. But if you're used to Vanguard, if you use the automaton back in Vanguard, you'll feel right at home with the slate reflector. Also, I've seen people been using, I've seen people been using the circular one. Don't use this one. This one sucks. People piss me off when they use this. It's horrendous. You use either the slate reflector or the MK3 reflector. You use either of these two. Both of them are fine. Basically, it's just off of preference. Most people use the slate reflector now, the more that I see. But you could use either or. Next, we have the RB Regal heavy stock. This gives you a pro in the recoil control, the gun kick control, and tack stand spread. The only cons are hip fire spread, sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint speed. This gives you a lot of recoil control, and that's why a lot of people use this one. Really, this is like the stock that most people use across like all their ARs. And we want this AR to be a laser. The MCW without the attachments is already a good laser to begin with. And just adding this on top of all of the other attachments, you know, just really makes it like a straight shooter, basically like an ICR, like an updated ICR. So yeah, those were both of my sub and AR classes, as well as the secondary. If you guys want some more gameplay about just how I use either of these guns within a hardpoint or an S&D, such as like the strats that I would use, or a certain play, like what gun I would bring out at a certain moment, because I am a flex, I use both of these guns every single day, and basically every single map I use both the sub and the AR, so I do know most of the lanes and the plays for both play styles. So if you guys want to see more of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other ideas for me to just make videos about, also put them down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.